tiririka ndani ya mjengo. Watu wanatiririka kweli ama watu
wanamiminika
awatiririki. Anyway, karibuni tena sana. We thank God for you na tunazidi kushukuru tena sana. Naona hapa kuna mwingine anasema yuko ndani Blue Tent, anasema akiwa hapa mbele ya Blue Tent. Haya, sawa. Faith from Kadhara, thank you so much. Nani mwingine yuko ndani ya mjengo? Haya, nikizidi kusonga. Anko, kabla tuendelee, hebu tuambie kwa nini umetukuta soprano leo. We have waited for the soprano, it was not there.
Iko hapa. Kitarudio. Kitarudio.
Lazima
nilikuwa najenga tent ingine, kuna vile ilikuwa imeharibika kidogo. Imefurika furifuri.
Hiyo tunasemea blue ama ya purple, zinajua yenzi kukoya wewe.
Ya blue unajua tunafanya operation yes, so now Exodus. Yes, na ya papo kuna vile unapata mtu hayuko sure anarudi kwa ya blue hivyo. Sasa ndio tulikuwa tunafanya hiyo. Yes.
Anyway, karibu sana.
Asante.
Salimia watu.
Wasikilizaji wetu popote walipo, ningependa kuwasalimia. Ni wiki nyingine tena ya kumakinika pamoja. And it's always a pleasure having you listen to us. Yes.
Umemaliza?
Nimemaliza. Sini salamu bana.
Mtu akitelewa.
Asali.
Akitelewa na obedha.
Yes.
Anacheza kwa kadi.
Anacheza tu kwa kadi. Ana vitu vingi.
Leo sina mambo vingi.
And kama tumekuelezea mpenzi msikilizaji, as you can hear, sauti ni tatu ndani ya mjengo. And we thank God, our dad, our father, Bishop Dr. Patrick Kariuki is here with us to help us handle this situation.
Yes.
Because it's a situation ambayo Mungu atatusaidia. So, Anko, uta do the honors ama bado niendelee?
Thank you. Wow, karibu sana sir. It's an honor having you, and especially when we are handling such a weighty matters. Na tunashukuru Mungu hata kwa kupata nafasi ya kuja. Yes, karibu na usalimie wasikilizaji.
Asante sana Anko MAKOS.
Yes.
And Sally for having me.
Yes.
It is always a joy for me to have this opportunity.
Wow.
It is a privilege. It's not really a right. Na niko hapa tukaweza
kuelimishana.
Kuelimishana.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Unajua nilikuwa naambia somebody
Yes.
the only crime I committed in school
Yes.
ni kusoma physics wakati wa Kiswahili. Nilikuwa nasoma physics badala ya Kiswahili. But you know the Lord shall restore wasted years.
Yes. Atarejesha.
Na kwa hiyo nashukuru kwa hapa.
Yes.
It's always a blessing, and I'm always learning.
Yes.
And to share with you guys.
Yes.
And you people, you've been doing a great job.
We thank God.
Because you've remained consistent, persistent.
We thank God.
And you are helping us to understand many things.
Amen.
And I'm ready.
Yes.
By the grace of God to learn more today.
Yes.
Wasalimie wasikilizaji wetu wote mahali popote walipo, walioko kule kwa Facebook. Naona wamemiminika.
Yes.
Kumwalika. Nimesema kama nataka kusema wamemwalikia.
Wamemiminika kabisa.
Ambao tuko na wao kwa 97.1.
Yes.
It is always a joy.
Yes.
Karibuni sana.
Amen. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Mpenzi msikilizaji, for those that are still coming in through, tunasema asante sana. Let me appreciate one or more two people hapa tukiwa tunaelekea kumalizia. Kuna mmoja hapa amesema yuko kwa Purple Tent, lakini asikii vizuri. Tunakuombea ukaweze kupona katika jina la Yesu Kristo. And it is well with you. Tunapomakinika kwa pamoja. Vile watu wa Merondu wako ndani. Lea, asante sana. Lea wa Merondu yuko ndani. Nani mwingine huyu anajiri ndani ya mjengo? Asante sana kutoka haya, sawa. Okay, thank you. Faith Kadwana, thank you so much. My team pia yuko ndani ya mjengo. Asante tena sana. We are handling the topic infidelity in marriage.
In marriage.
That is the topic that we're handling.
Yes.
Nataka tuweze kujua mengi. Lakini mpenzi msikilizaji, ni kusihi tu kwa wale ambao wanatufuatilia kwa sasa hivi, tutaweza kupokea simu. Iwapo na swali lolote, iwapo uko na any comment you'd like to inquire anything, tuma SMS ama WhatsApp. Nambari za simu 0794217755 0794217755 is the number that you can call, you can SMS or WhatsApp us, au pia unaweza kutufuatilia katika mtandao wetu wa Facebook na pale kwa page yetu GGV Radio 97.1 ukaweze kutufuatilia pale. We actually live on Facebook right now, so ukaweza kutuma comments zako pale, tuma swali lako pale, ama utemwe unasikiliza ukiwa wapi, pia itakuwa ni vizuri kabisa tujue unasikiliza kutoka wapi tunapoendelea na kipindi hiki ama tunapoendelea na mjadala huu. So karibu tuweze kumakinika sote kwa pamoja ndani ya mjengo. Handling infidelity in marriage, very interesting topic. Kuna wengi watapatikana hapa leo.
Yes.
I can assure you today,
Yes.
there are people that didn't know that they were guilty. Today they'll be found guilty. And those that walikuwa wamekuwa accused are going to be inaitwa aje
acquitted.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wow.
They're going to be acquitted.
Yes.
And I know the thing is going to be okay.
Right.
So tunapoanza, mpenzi msikilizaji, tuna Bishop. Now we are starting with you before we go to the listener.
Yes.
When you're talking about infidelity in marriage, what exactly are we talking about?
Yeah.
What is infidelity?
Yeah. Let me say the other word of infidelity from the scripture is actually adultery. Adultery. Infidelity. So of course some versions will talk about infidelity, and what we simply mean is we are talking about one of the spouses or both of them having an affair outside, which is not the ordinary human relationship, which goes to meeting the needs that should only be met in a marriage union. When a person, in this case when we are talking about a spouse, ameenda pale nje, amekuwa na relationship na hiyo relationship imeanza sasa commit needs that should only be met katika marriage circle. That is infidelity, that is unfaithfulness, kwa lugha za kisasa ambazo zinajaribu to lighten
the weight of the
extramarital
affair. Cheating, side chick.
Side chick.
Yes.
All this.
Kuna main chick, kuna side chick. Yes.
Exactly. So when the needs are being met otherwise or from someone else, it should only be met. And basically here, we are talking about majorly on the issue of sex. This person, but of course it is not only sex, but that is the main one. But you can see that there are many others, because we can even talk about the emotional needs. The needs of a man and the needs of a woman. Somehow they differ at some point. So if the lady is getting her needs met, whether they are sexual needs, or emotional needs, or otherwise,
or economic
even. Economic, because really you cannot have someone else maybe paying the house rent for the lady, and we just think it is okay. This is not your husband, it's not your brother, it's not even like a friend coming in to help someone, somebody who is fixed by a situation. It's like a commitment, so when the needs in a marriage setting are met from somewhere else or by someone else who is not part of this marriage, then that is infidelity, that is unfaithfulness, and that is a cheating, that is extramarital, or whatever you may want to call it.
Wow.
And maybe we can quickly say that God condemned that. God condemned that. If somebody is not your husband, if somebody is not your wife, and this person is meeting needs that are only to be met in a marriage setting, then God condemned that. In fact, in the law of Moses, it was very serious. One caught in adultery, he was punishable by death.
By death, yeah.
And that is stoned in the public, by the public, in the daylight, and the person must be killed by stoning. Do you remember even in the time of Jesus? They brought a woman. But of course they were biased. They should have brought the two of them.
The man also.
The man also.
Yes.
Now they brought the woman and said to Jesus, you see, we caught her red-handed. The law of Moses says we should stone such. What do you say? You see? Jesus did not try to argue that it was not so. The law of Moses was not that way. And but of course in our time we don't really stone people, but of course sometimes it goes to the extent of people being stoned in another way, like we have murder and others.
It's true.
It is a very serious situation.
Wow.
Setting.
Wow.
So that is infidelity. It has answered our question. So whether it's cheating, whether it's unfaithfulness, whether it is side cheat,
it's the same one.
All
It's the
those
same
things,
one.
it's
adultery.
Wow. So tumezungumzia stories za nimesikia hapo mkigusia economic, nikasikia mkigusia
emotional.
Maybe Bishop unaweza kutuelezea kwa mapana kidogo, what constitutes infidelity? Inaanzia wapi?
Inamalizikia wapi?
Inamalizikia wapi? Inafika sasa, this is the last one. Yani hapa no, you've hit the last drop. Inafikia wapi?
Because people, by the way, what Sally is saying, people do some things and they lie to themselves that kama tujalala na huyu mtu, so that's not cheating.
No crime.
Yes, there's no crime committed. We just exchange texts. We just he just buys me a few items. We hold hands. We hug. So wanasema kama tujalala, that's not cheating. So maybe
okay.
Yes.
They think they want to
justify that,
and just to nurse their ego.
Yes.
So that they don't feel the guilt.
Yes.
But the truth is, we are using this word when the needs. When the needs. So we are using the umbrella, the needs. We have said man has needs.
Yes.
Sexual and others. The lady also has needs. Sexual and others.
Yes.
And some of these needs can only be met according to God and according to our cultural morality.
Yes.
That they should be met only in a marriage setting. When a person begins to get the same needs met outside. For example, that every time maybe I'm discouraged, the only person that encourages me, instead of maybe talking to my spouse, I speak to someone else who is not my husband, is not my husband, my wife, and that's where I get my courage, my strength, all this, my inspiration. And it appears that it is really so deep. Then even that it's tantamount to
infidelity. Wow.
So we cannot just say it is all about the coitus that these people have met in bed. It is more than that. Emotional needs. For example, most of the ladies, most of the women, they have even a greater need than sexual need. When we talk about emotional, they'll be very, very happy when a man is there for them, as much as they are not going to the extent. Of course, for the man, his aim is to go all the way.
Yes.
But most ladies will be okay with that. That as long as we are not going to the very depth, but we share emotional moments. I'm able to be encouraged and spend time with this person. This person is able to listen to me very deeply, For example, one of the needs of a man, any human now, both gender, is to be listened to. Is to be empathized. I'm going through some challenges and all that. when it is met in a very, very deep way, of course, all of us as humans, we should be offering encouragement. We should be helping others.
Yes.
We should be able to be there for others. But there is a depth, that only a marriage setting should offer. You see, that I'm able now to speak out all my mind, to speak out all my feelings, to speak out maybe all my fears, to speak out all my, somebody that I'm really opening up to. A depth that I have nothing else reserved. It's actually tantamount to infidelity. And you'll find that when people go that way, even as much as they're saying we have never gone to the bed, it will eventually end there, because on one side some needs have been met. So the other side, maybe the need of a man, the biggest need in this relationship is sex, but for the woman maybe emotional need. Yes. Romance, romance is not even holding. It's many other things. When that need is met somewhere else, then this other side, to bring the balance, the woman now will start feeling I'm indebted. Yes. He has been there for me. Okay, we have never discussed that. Why are you feeling bad? He's just a colleague.
He's just a friend.
He just listened to me. He just understands me. That language. When it goes to some extent, you can be sure to bring the balance. It will eventually end into a bed.
Wow.
Because the other side, the man could be, we say sex for a man is a need.
It is.
It's not even a want.
No, it is a need. It's one of the basic needs.
In fact, it has been agreed that it's a basic need.
It is.
And that is scientific.
It's true.
Scientific. So besides the food, basics are what?
Food, shelter, clothing.
So number 4 is for the man.
It is the truth. Yes.
What about Bishop issue, like we've said, hakuna kitu, is just taking me out for a lunch, probably kukula tu. This person is offering me lunch, na tunaenda tunakula, I go back maybe to my workplace, or I go back home, nothing happens. Nothing. Actually, they are not one. Actually, the word that is being used, no strings attached.
No strings attached.
Yes.
In fact, even them when they are starting, for example, if a man is offering lunch, like, can I take you for lunch? The lady, the first reaction may be, now they have not gone deeper. The lady may say, not really, hesitant.
Yes.
But the man may say, well, the man may say, well, there's nothing much. It's just lunch. Just 20 minutes or 30 minutes.
Yes.
And that's all.
Yes.
But now, with time, you see, we built from, with one block.
It's true. It's a process.
It's a process. And then some people, even though they did not have that plan initially, they may find themselves already in it. They may be wondering what happened.
Yes.
What exactly happened? How comes? How come that we have come this far? And they live with the regret, and the guilt. They are not even able to explain. Because we are talking about, there is nothing bad with the lunch. There is nothing bad with a man talking to another lady. Or a lady talking to another man. But you're talking about the frequency. We are talking about the setting. We are talking about the openness. If I'm not comfortable telling my husband that there is somebody taking me for lunch this particular day, or we are going to visit so and so, I'm going to see so and so. I hide my meetings, and then that could be something hiding. It could be, the cloud gathering for rain. So I think there is so much we can say there. When you hear that someone has maybe has gone to see so and so, in itself, in general, there's nothing wrong with that.
It's true.
But now we are talking about other aspects. So we are not saying that spouse should be always suspicious because Sally talked with a man, greeted somebody outside the church or in the street, or saved somebody in the phone. We are not talking about that thing of suspicion every time, for the slightest thing.
Yes.
But then there are other circumstances that can actually be telling.
Yes.
There is more than lunch. There is more than greetings.
Yes.
There is more than general friends.
Yes.
There is more than workmates. You know, all that.
Yes.
Because you can see the frequency, you can see the way it is done in hiding. It is really, really a private matter. And you see that this person is getting her needs or his needs met from somewhere else.
Yes.
You can always tell when there is something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. There is this is an area actually that ensnares many couples.
Yeah.
It's a fact that some couples there is an imbalance because of personality, because of upbringing, because of economical status.
The many differences.
Yes, the many differences in the man and the lady.
Yeah.
So you'll find that the ladies need basically is a lot of emotional encouragement. So she'll want somebody that will want to listen to her. You know, okay, lightly I can say kuna ile target ya 24,000 maneno lazima iishe na asipoimalizia in the marriage setup lazima atatafutia pahali penye iishie. Because our ladies just want somebody to listen to them. And as you have said, there is that frequency. Good morning, how are you? Anataka share how the morning was, share how the day was, and all that. So you find that the man is not offering that listening ear.
The husband now.
The husband, yes.
Okay.
Sasa is not offering that.
Yes.
So by a chance unapata a colleague.
Yes.
Ameanza yeye ndiye anamsikiza.
Yes.
Okay, no strings attached.
Yes.
Now, in the beginning. Aya. The man's mind now is focused. Nona, when this lady is there's that frequency, obviously the man will want the balance that we are talking about. If I'm offering this emotional, now can we meet somewhere?
Yes. And actually he may not even demand it.
Yes, he may not demand it.
Yes.
And then with time unapata kumekuwa na that phrase inakuwa we are now friends with the benefits.
It was not so in the beginning.
It was not so in the beginning.
In the beginning it was not.
Yes. So okay, like there's a question that I received. You find that you married somebody that maybe is not able to strike that balance. Maybe the man is not able to get the sexual need met.
Yes, in the family.
As frequent as he will want. Okay, kuna extremes, but we are saying.
What do you mean by extremes? Maybe Sally can help.
I'm not sure if I can help her because I remember I saw a video.
Yes.
Of I think it was Miles Monroe was saying a lady came to him and she was requesting, Pastor, please, my husband has a demon. You need to pray for this man
and
actually,
cast out the demon.
And cast out the demon because and actually he's one of your elders, so you need to pray and cast this demon out. I'm saying, what is the problem? He wants it every time, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening.
Before we go for the service.
And then Miles Moore was like, I can't help it because I got the same so I'm not.
I got the same
demon.
The same demon.
So I'm not. And now that you've said this is a basic need, I'm not sure if there are any extreme. As long as there is no injury and there is no one.
There was a lady who was sharing. There's a lady that was sharing it on WhatsApp in a group. So she's saying one of the effects of lockdown.
Yes.
Is that now the husband ako nyumbani and he's demanding for food. Sex. More sex.
Yes, and
food.
More sex. That's serious.
All right.
Of course.
So maybe there's that imbalance. And the lady feels that she's a bit caged in this. She needs to talk to somebody. Or the man feels that now this need is not being met. Does that open a door for cheating?
Of course, looking at it spiritually, because that is where we are starting, it is not right. Because it shows that there is a problem. And you see, people need to be helped all the way. Even when we are talking of before they get married, they need to be taught about that is how they relate as a husband and a wife sexually, and be taken through what to expect, what is maybe normal, and all that, how to meet each other's needs in that area. Because as long as that need is not met, you are going to have chaos. There will be a gap somewhere. As long as there is that gap, you are likely to see a challenge. Somebody else is going to, that vacuum is going to invite some trouble somehow.
It's true.
So we can say that there is no okay. We cannot say that this person is justified in whichever way. Number one, whatever the case, even when you are saying that maybe my wife is not available or my husband is not available, it is not actually an okay from God or for you to go out and start a relationship that is ungodly, whichever the way, because you'll be more a sinner. You'll be more a sinner if you do that, because whatever problem that brought you to this far, that is what you need to solve. We need to look at other underlying issues. You know, this is a presenting issue. Like you find a man saying, he's not available for me, and then the woman says it's not that. Then the man says, maybe the lady says something like, he's not there for me. You know, all these kind of things. So we need to check to see what else, because the relationship of a husband and a wife, in terms of coitus, it is not just physical, because we are not animals. You know, animals, they don't even have other reasons. There are no other considerations. As long as this is a female, this is a male, and the need is there, whoever male that is there present, even if it is a child of the mother, who is now an adult, and the need is there, goes on. But humans are not so made. We are not made that way. And that's why, in fact, if you wanted to explain that we never evolved from animals, those are some of the things that can explain that we have standards, we have protocols, if I may call them so. There are many other things underlying, because sex is the most intimate level of relationship between a husband and a wife. Is the most intimate. It is the peak of all things. But there are other things that determine what will be happening. For example, if the man is irresponsible, if the man is rude, if the man is difficult, if the man is harassing, abusive, you know, and all that, there is no way the woman will be attracted to him. You see? On the other hand, if the woman is disrespectful, you know, maybe stiff-necked, kichwa ngumu, stiff-necked. Bible talks about stiff-necked, kichwa ngumu, and all that. There is no way the man will be attracted to the woman. And these are things that are mysterious. You cannot even explain them. The first thing that brought them together, whatever you call the chemistry, that brought them together, is sustained by other things, how they relate before we talk about that intimacy. Like if the man, the way I've just said, the man is unconcerned, irresponsible, abusive, and all that, there is no way the woman will be attracted to him. And all these many other things that come around.
Wow. Before we look at, I want to ask this question, maybe tunaweza changanya, because what I have gathered so far is that one of the reasons that may make someone or cause someone to go out is unmet needs. Unmet needs. Maybe we can look at some other things ambazo zinaweza sababisha mtu kuenza kutoka nje ya ndoa. And before that, na kuna swali ambalo pia ningetaka Bishop uweze kuaddress. Is there any reason that can justify someone going out. Enyo ukiangalia hii reason unaona kabisa hii reason ni genuine. It's a genuine reason. Yenye ilifanya aende nje. Tunaweza kubali hiyo. Ndio sasa I remind the listener, mpenzi msikilizaji, kwa wale ambao wanatusikiliza, wale ambao wanatufuatilia, uko na swali ambalo ungependa kuuliza, unaweza kutuma. Tumesema unaweza kutuma ujumbe mfupi ama uweze kutu WhatsApp. Wale ambao kwa Facebook pia pale naona watu wanakufa pale wakicheka tu.
Juu ya demon.
They are calling it a delivered demon. Or a good demon. You can also send in your question. You can also send in your comment through the number 0794 217755. 0794 217755. Or you can also use the number 0781 188 and 788. 0781 188 and 788. Tuma swali lako tunapoendelea ndio tukaweze kuwa na wakati mzuri zaidi, tukifika pale mwisho tukaweze kuaddress hizo ama hayo maswali tunavyozidi kuendelea. So back to the question. What will cause someone to go out and
be justified?
Can there be a justified
I think we have just said, Sally, that no matter what the case, no matter what the situation, spiritually looking at it, there is no justification. For example, when you do me something wrong, and I'm going to do something wrong to you, there is no justification. That's why we are even told that we leave vengeance. Vengeance belongs to God. Even when you have done me wrong, leave alone in that area, a couple, even in other levels of human relations. I am never justified to do wrong to you because you did something wrong to me. If I do so, I'll be judged by God as a sinner. I'll have done something wrong. There is no way, scripturally and spiritually speaking, that no matter what, you can never say I was justified. Of course, when we talk about it happened, my wife was denying me, deprived me, so I was tempted. Humanly speaking, we tend to think that is acceptable, justifiable, but it is not before God. And again, when this happened, remember we are saying that there are other things that surround. There is a setting, there is another environment, or an environment that brings about the situation of infidelity and unfaithfulness. So this person did not address those areas. For example, if my wife all of a sudden kept quiet at me, and of course that means not talking to me in the morning or about any matter, it will actually translate into no intimacy in bed.
It's true.
Is that not so?
It's true.
So if I say, okay, because now he has denied me, let me go out, I'm justified. After all, he has refused. So I'm actually behaving irresponsible. Why? I should have asked in the morning, how come my wife kept quiet when I spoke to her? How come that the whole day my wife has been this moody and aloof, indifferent, and I'm not doing anything about this? So you are asking for something so dear. When there is a problem, you are asking for an extra mile, intimacy, the very best. When you have challenges with the small things. So this is a person who is irresponsible. He does not want to address the issues, other underlying issues. What is it? What is it? Maybe I'm disrespectful. Maybe I'm unkind. Maybe I'm not honoring my wife. Maybe I'm not there for her or something like that. So when I say that now she has refused, I think I'm justified. It's actually me running away from my responsibility. I'm running away. I'm not being a man. A man should say all the way from the beginning, before we come to the intimacy levels, what is wrong? What is happening here? And then we talk about the things of communication. We engage communication, because communication is not just shouting or demanding your rights or whatever it is. Then you engage the wisdom of proper communication from one level to another, addressing one issue to another, until finally you are able to resolve.
Wow. There is this question. somebody okay, we are also assisting and empowering even the people in the blue tent that have not
remind me, who are these, the blue
the
tenters?
single
guys.
Yes, the single guys.
Okay, my notebook is blue.
Yeah.
But my notes are on white.
Wow. We are also assisting the people that are not yet married. Now, one of the main causes, according to research, is when somebody has several sexual partners before marriage. Before marriage.
We call it fornication.
Now, if you find yourself maybe having several sexual partners before marriage, there is that temptation once you get into marriage, because you are used to variety. There is that
you still want to go to your mixed grill.
You want to go to the mixed grill. So the danger, the danger of somebody getting involved, active sexually before marriage. Manifests.
It's a great possibility. Indeed. In fact, and ANKO, MAKOS, you have mentioned something very important.
Yes, sir.
Some people think once I get married, I am off this bondage, like fornication and all that. A young man says, the day I get married, then I'm set free because my wife will be there. You'll be surprised that if that is the thinking, you'll be surprised that once you're married, now you're actually on free mode. After all, you find like there is no inhibitions. There are no limitations. You have an experience, and you will not be satisfied because, intimacy of that level is not just physical. It is highly spiritual. It is highly spiritual. So whatever that was driving you before you got married, now it will drive you even more. It will drive you even more into these ungodly relationships. So what we should say to these people, wakokwa blue, nikwa blue tent, is that if there was a time to be freed, it is now. I would actually encourage, before you even get married, make sure that you are set free from this bondage. It is a type of bondage because remember, we are saying that it is highly spiritual. The two become one at intimacy of this level. That is where they become one. And you remember what the scripture talks about in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6. Verse 16, that he that joins himself to a harlot, he becomes one with a harlot. You see? When does that happen? When this man now goes to meet a harlot, intimately, sexually. So they become one. You see? And you carry a baggage. Sometimes we call them the soul ties. You have a part of that person. You have a part of the other person. If you are having 10 of them, then you have all these 10 people inside of you. There is no way now you can properly be joined to one, because a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to this one, his wife. So you already have so many of you inside of you. You already have so many of them. You have Jane, you have Scholastica, you have Anastasia, you have
so this lady is marrying the man plus
others inside. And the same spirit will keep on telling him you are not satisfied. And remember, the greatest temptation, how the devil works. The devil works by telling man you are not satisfied. It is not enough what you have. And it is not a new thing. The devil is the same yesterday, today and forever. He will only change approach and strategies. But objectives the same. Aim the same. In the garden he told Adam, you are not like God, so you are not satisfied. You want to be like God? Here it is, a side offer. A side offer. You see now?
Wow.
So it is the same thing, that you are not satisfied, you are not getting enough, and all this. And because of that, then the man now will begin to go out, or the lady will begin to go out, and he does not know you are getting yourself into more bondage. Remember, when we talk about this intimacy, it's not just an action that happens in that moment or that night or that period of time, it has impact and repercussions that extend all the way even to our destinies. For example, there are people, they suffer. For example, you find that people are given to fornication and adultery. One of the spirits that closely follows them is lack of favor. Lack of favor.
Wow.
And I'm telling you that because for the few years I've been serving the Lord and handling so many cases. You talk about all this time. I have seen people that have been bound into adultery and fornication.
Yes.
One of the things that follow them is lack of favor.
Lack of favor.
Yeah. That is, in other words, we call it rejection.
Rejection.
Yeah. For example, you just follow. When a man becomes unfaithful, or let's start the story here. A young man, he's just in the beginning.
Yes.
Genesis chapter 1, 2, 0,
is,
with nothing.
Yes.
Then they get married. You know, they get married. So they begin to move. They begin to move from one level to another in terms of their life, their living style, level, their living standards. They have shifted from this level, from a small house to a big house. Now they have a car, they have a house, they have investments, they have a business thriving.
Yes.
When the man, make your own observation, when the man begins to go out, what happens is rejection begins to follow them.
Wow.
Things just begin to happen.
Wow.
Things just begin to happen. He will lose the job if he's employed, or business, something happens. There is nobody who truly does well
After
this engagement.
Yes.
And life becomes a big struggle. Sometimes these things can even follow on children. You see, remember that already. It has already this kind of a thing has already affected their spiritual life, his spiritual life or her spiritual life. So it is not just that thing we are talking about. They had last night together. They had a night together. It does not end there. The impact, the repercussion is enormous, and that's why we should not just be looking on the what we call the momental satisfaction and gratification at the expense of our destinies, the future. And that's why if my spouse maybe does something wrong and maybe I'm denied, I'm not justified to go out and do things. Now, you can even go to the scripture.
Yes.
All the people that went out, they suffered for it, including patriarchs of faith. You know?
Yes.
You're talking of even somebody like Abraham. Abraham, when and you know that was an offer by Sarah the wife. You see, but this was not an
offer.
Yes, it was actually an offer.
Some offers need to be rejected.
Yes, it was an offer by
by
Sarah.
You know,
but it didn't go well because after that Ishmael was born. To this day, the greatest headache of Israel, the son of Abraham, is the son of Hagar, the Ishmael. To this day, can you just imagine?
Yes.
And it has become a global issue. You know,
Yes.
that's where the terrorists have come from.
It's true.
You know, and all that. So it is not just the two of them meeting. It's not just the two of them. It has a greater impact. It has a transgenerational impact.
Yes.
So when people are thinking about going that way, they need to consider all those levels of impact.
Wow, our time is going 8:36 p.m. and we really have to. Now, let's assume, okay, I have discovered, because we know kuna maswali hapa naulizwa, but let's assume I have discovered my husband probably or maybe my wife is going out. How do I handle that
Good
situation?
question.
How do I
was
handle
waiting for that. If there was anything I was
You're
praying
waiting
for.
for is that now you
Because
have
I
it.
saw that nilikuwa 18. Unasemaga 18 ama 17?
18.
I saw that question coming.
Wow. Yes.
And I think that is the main thing.
Yes,
Because if we just talk about the extent, the divorce and all that, and we don't give solutions, then we are not really helping.
It's true.
So I have been in this situation.
Right.
And you know, our society, globally,
Yes.
how we have actually trivialized the issues of infidelity. That's why we are even trying to get some nice names so that we'll not feel condemned. Instead of calling it as it is, adultery,
Yes.
we say cheating,
Unfaithfulness.
Even those ones are a bit serious. We call it extramarital, an affair. Yeah, he has an affair, and many others, so that we don't feel the condemnation. But so your question is, what do I do if I discover that my spouse is cheating on me?
Cheating on me.
Yes.
Maybe we can start with Uncle MAKOS. He has just come from prayer. That's why he came a bit late.
Yes.
What do you think? Your thoughts?
Wow. Society judges the man and the woman differently. Even from the Bible days, you find that the lady is judged more harshly than the man. To a man, it feels like another conquer zone.
Conquer zone.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the way society judges the lady and the way the society judges the man has that imbalance. But now here is a situation. It could be a rumor. It could be a rumor, or it could be an actual gotten
happening,
red-handed. So now the pain is the same. The pain that the man or the lady undergoes because there's mistrust, there is disloyalty, there are so emotions of anger, hatred. You feel like this person now doesn't belong to me again. There's a different person altogether. So there is that emotional mix-up. Now, first, the Bible teaches us about forgiveness.
So just forgive.
Don't be too quick.
We are looking for
That's
ways
a Bible.
of handling.
And that's the Bible. It's quoting the Bible.
I know it's quoted in
We
the
are looking
Bible.
for ways that we can be able to.
I'm thinking on behalf of many others.
but I think
Yes,
he's okay.
Yes.
He's okay because
Yes.
I think MAKOS, if you allow me,
Yes, sir.
we need to look at that situation very seriously.
Yes.
You know, today we are talking about spouses killing each other.
Yes.
It is not a small matter. It is true that you have cheated on me. I will not allow you to live, that you may see that man or that woman, and then the person is killed, or a person kills the wife, kills the children, and finally he kills himself.
Yes.
So it is really a grievous situation. It's really a serious point we are talking about. And of course, the aim, the very object of the whole discussion should be, let's forgive one another. However, we may not just arrive there just like that. It's not magical. It's not magical. There is a way, there is a process. Like, for example, there are even people who are highly suspicious. They are highly sensitive.
It's true.
They are provoked by any small thing, even a text. You know, we live with the world in the world.
Yes.
And the world is not just the earth. You know, we are in the world. The difference between earth and world
Yes.
is that the earth, oceans, rivers, mountains, and all that.
Yes.
But when we talk about the world, we are talking of humanity. We are living with people. We are interacting with people. And there is no way I can say, because now you are my wife, you will never speak to anybody. I will not allow you to work anywhere. You are just going to be in the house. I lock you in because you are mine, and mine alone, and all that. We cannot do that.
Yes.
So there are many other things that if maybe I say, first of all, if I think that is where we start. If I think my spouse is cheating, before I even talk about I caught him, because some people have acted by I think. You know, I was suspecting.
Yes.
And you know we are talking about don't put the subject of love. And when I talk about love, some people think it's just Sally, I love you. You know, that to me I don't look at it that way.
Yes.
Because love is quite big. It is something serious. We've been talking about love, changed by love this week. Now we talk about if I'm suspecting. I'm suspicious that my spouse is cheating on me. I should not just jump into. You know?
Yes.
when you are hasty in making conclusions, because maybe you are likely to judge me, maybe you are judgmental, simply because I have a personality that is maybe outgoing, just like Kabo. Some people are just like Kabo, generally like Kabo, you know, like Sally.
Yeah, you
like ANKO. You know, some people are just like Kabo. You don't say that because this person is just like Kabo, people just want to talk to her or to him, this person must be cheating. That is not what you're saying. If you jump into that conclusion, you are likely to commit a mess, to do a mess about the whole thing. I would suggest, very important, number one, if you think so, go for facts. Go for facts.
Investigations.
Do investigate. There's nothing wrong. By the way, there is nothing wrong with that. I don't know why you guys hear this happen.
We were arguing about that.
I told Uncle, if it is rumors you have heard, do your own investigation.
There's nothing wrong with that. Before you take somebody to Hague, lazima kuwe na
evidence. Okay.
At least. So don't just judge me. Because maybe somebody said, hi, hello, hello dear, you know, on my phone. You know, that may not be anything more than that. Or, you know, some people are fond of calling other people dear. Like you are asking for some help in some organization, and the person on the other end, yes dear, I'll help you in that. You know, and maybe it's a first time. You have not even met the person. You're just talking. Some people are just like that, but they don't mean anything more than that. They don't. You have not even met physically. You don't know them. You just called in this organization, but somebody has a way of communication, especially our generation. So, trying to get, because you have fears. You have fears. Try to get facts before you even conclude that this person is cheating on me. Right? That's very, very important. But when you're talking about suspicion, suspicion can be two-way. I can be suspicious because, number one, I'm insecure. So maybe there is nothing. But my fears and my suspicion, maybe I'm insecure. I am not as beautiful as other girls. I'm not as handsome as her colleagues. I'm not, you know, as maybe something wrong with me. You know,
the financial status.
I have my own issues that are making me to become insecure. So with that, that can actually be a good ground of suspicion. So I first of all need to check on myself. This suspicion I have, these fears I have, is it something wrong with me? I start with myself. Bible says, judge yourselves. You shall not be judged. And if you can see a speck, or if you think you are seeing a speck in your neighbor's eye, know that there could be a log. That's how I saw that scripture. Every time, if you can see a speck, most likely there could be a log. So, Lord, before I even suspect my wife, is there something wrong with me? Am I living in fear? And remember, where there is no true love, there is fear. For example, this scripture that talks about perfect love casts away fear. 1 John chapter 4 verse 18. It is true. When I'm truly in love with my wife, I will not be suspicious because of some deficiencies, personal deficiencies, issues with me. You see, I should first of all check on myself. Is it that I'm not properly developed somewhere? That's why I'm this way. I think I'm not good enough. I think I'm not rich as other guys. Number two, it could be the suspicion. Remember, we are dealing with the suspicion first. This fear. He could be cheating on me, or she could be doing it to me, against me. We are talking about broken trust. Maybe in the past, there was an incident. And you know, the past could be what? And this is very shocking. The past could be before we got married. we did it. Yeah, that is that could be our past.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You say we did it before we got married. Yes, we got married in church. Pastor said this is a holy wedding because that is the best he knew. By the way, I can actually speak for the men of the cloth.
Yes.
Many times you don't know, and it is not even our responsibility to try to know so much because you will never know.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, the heart of a man is desperately wicked, can hide many things.
On that point, sir,
yes,
there is something that I can side with what you are saying. I heard of a couple. Now this is from a medical friend. I heard of a couple. They were asked like normally the way we ask in church.
Yes.
Enda mtulete
like GGV tunafanyaga hivi.
Yes. Tulete maybe your HIV
tests and pregnancy.
Yes, or pregnancy test.
Kuna wenye wanaitanga pregnancy.
Yes. Hapa tunaulizaga hivi.
Kuna WhatsApp group zinatengenezwa haraka ndio ifunike kuna pregnancy imeanza kuonekana. Kwa hivyo hii harusi unashindwa kwa nini inaharakishwa haraka. Yeah. So in this case the couple went and paid the doctor to give a negative result.
Yeah, some people do so.
And they brought to the man of God.
Can you just imagine?
Yes, and they brought to the man of God. And the man of God blessed. Yeah, and said, okay, this is a holy nini.
Yeah.
But one of the couple was HIV positive. But the other one chose to overlook. Na akasema
so the lady is pregnant. Is that what you're saying?
Okay, I'm saying
and
maybe
they're also positive.
Yes,
the man is one of them is positive.
Is positive.
HIV positive.
Yes.
Can
but now
imagine?
they bribed the doctor.
The doctor.
And the doctor peana negative result.
Can you just imagine? So
later on now it becomes an issue.
An issue, a big one,
Very big
and you see that is a time bomb. And you cannot joke around with your life that way. That is actually swallowing your destiny before you have it. Because for sure you are going to have troubles. It's better for these people to come and say, and I really respect people who come and say that, man of God, we are not hiding from you. We got in a relationship. We were intending to do a holy wedding, and we wanted to get married this way.
Yes.
But along the way, this is what has happened. How can you help us? A man of God will not judge or condemn them. He will not say, no, now you cannot become a family.
Yes.
Because you look at it this way. These people, and I know there's a point of argument. Maybe some denominations, they have a different stand. But this is how I look at it personally, from the point of the scripture and of love. That these people, they had a good intention from the beginning. And these people, we can say that God had brought them together. Because for them to come together and to love each other and to commit themselves to getting married and start a family, it can only be God. But along the way, they have missed. They have now met before their time. We pastors, from my way of looking at it, is that we should not condemn them, especially when they are able to open up. I have done several weddings, and some people came and told me, this is how it is. Then we give them the guidance, and we still allow them to get married, and then guide them. Because when you tell them you cannot get married because of this, what have you done? You have now destroyed. The guilt shall be with them. You see? These people are not likely to get married in church again. They are now likely to go. Some of them, they may even, maybe especially where people insist, maybe the church insists you cannot live together. And maybe the church has a way of prevailing. Then you separate them. You know what you've just done? You have just destroyed these people's lives. The way they are going to go. This one will go back to maybe even become a very worldly person. And this one will believe that something terrible and life cannot be made it.
And those are the people, that is the song in the purple tent.
Yes.
The Beulahs.
All right.
that is the status.
Yes.
Because maybe they tried to, because I have a child and I want to do a church wedding. And I went to the man of God and akaniambia hapana.
Can you? That is not a walk of love. That's not a walk of love. Because whatever we do, love should always prevail. We should look at the good of these people. Jesus came, who is the love of God personified, so that he may save. John 3:16. He did not come to condemn. So where you have the ministry of condemnation, it is not Jesus being preached. If I'm only looking for a way, some people have a ministry of condemnation. A ministry of condemnation. They are always condemning you.
Yes.
But the point was,
Yes,
so
sir.
that we don't run away from because of
And
time.
yes.
I think we were on this point, Sally, if you allow me,
Trust.
before you
Trust
intervene.
broken
Yes.
if you did it
Then a
before
past.
marriage.
Yeah.
Yes, in the past.
Then a past. You have a past.
Yes.
You have a trust broken. And we have said that trust could be broken of a past because before we were married in church on the pulpit, we did this. So I believe that this man, hata kama anasemaga ameokoka, I don't believe him. Before we got married, he did this to me. Or maybe kuna incidents ya ukweli ilifanyika.
Yes.
Maybe huyu akona mtoto pale nje, and now we are married. And because of that past, I'm always suspicious.
Yes.
Akichelewa kidogo, I'm always suspicious.
Maybe they are meeting with the ex.
Those things.
Yeah.
Maybe akona mtoto kule wanasema ni mtoto wanakutania mambo yake, lakini
Yes.
so if somebody is not properly grounded in this love,
Yes.
you see, because we have said perfect love cast away fear.
Fear.
So ataka kwa suspicion kwa sababu ya hiyo trust broken in the past. And what will happen? They cannot be able to build a good happy family because of that suspicion. So we are saying, number one, you need to check on that. Is there something wrong with me? You see? Before I start pointing at you,
Yes.
you say they have how many fingers?
Three,
at least three.
Yes.
Three are pointing at myself when
At
I'm pointing
myself.
at you.
Yes.
So is there anything wrong with me? Is it something, a deficiency with me? Emotional, spiritual, or self-esteem,
Yes.
all these kind of things.
Yes.
We also talk about, if you are through with that, it's also good to verify what you are saying. Is it factual? Is it factual? You see? Anyway, before I start attacking my wife, you are doing this, confronting. What evidence do I really have? Or am I just collecting rumors? Because so-and-so told me, Mary told me, James told me, And maybe some of these people are just agents of devils. And maybe they have just been sent to destroy my marriage.
It's true.
Those are some of the things. And we talk about you after you have verified if it is true, if it is factual that my spouse is cheating on me. What do I do? You see, when I'm approaching this person, I should also look at myself. Remember what the Bible says, Galatians chapter 6 verse 1, that if one of you is found in a fault, you that are spiritual should restore such a one, checking on yourself so that you're also not tempted
to
so I want to correct my spouse. I want to challenge my spouse. I want to rebuke my spouse. I should really check on myself whether I am also a victim of the same things. And there is a high temptation of doing that. We talk about speaking the truth. And you speak the truth in love. If I found that there are facts, there is no way. For example, okay, we don't really encourage policing your spouse's gadget, but definitely there is a message you can see that is not. It is very telling. If somebody is saying, "Oh, it was wonderful last night or last weekend," how we can meet again. Well, we are planning to meet again. Where do you think we can meet? We can meet in Vasha.
Vasha things.
Yes, you cannot ignore such.
Wow.
So get facts. And when you are confronting the spouse, because you cannot just keep quiet, because now at least you have some facts. It is possible to get your spouse and you have the evidence. How do you approach? We are talking about speaking the truth, but you speak the truth in love. That is scripture. Because I think we are, number one, we are talking about somebody who is a believer. You see? Because love should be the big guiding rule. You speak the truth, but you speak the truth in love. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 15. If I'm confronting my spouse without love, I will not do any good. In fact, I will do more harm. Useless man. You are just like a dog. You are a stupid man. If that is the approach, one day you will see, those kind of things. If you are not approaching the issue by love, you are going to destroy. It's not going to help. So yes, And especially for ladies, that you have to really pray that you calm yourself down. Na unajua wale wanapatikana mara mingi ni men lakini nashangaa men si wanapatikana kwa sababu wameenda kwa ladies. Wale wanakuwa wameenda wapi? Ndio wamepatikana sana.
Unajaribu kutuconfuse.
Inasemekana ya kwamba men are very unfaithful. Kwani wanakuwa unfaithful na akiwa nani?
Peke yao.
You see, na somewhere.
Yes.
So speak the truth in love.
Yes.
My love, there is something I want us to discuss.
Yes.
Sasa naona kama hiyo ni ngumu.
Sali unafikiriaje? Uende peke yako ama uende na mtu? Kwa sababu najua you are burning saa hiyo.
Hata kwenda kabisa.
I don't even want to see these guys.
You don't
if
want
I
to
see this person, I will just want to tear that face.
That person.
And destroy that person. So hata kumuona na hiyo nguvu hata ya kumuita my love, hiyo ninatoa wapi nguvu?
You know that is very okay.
Yes.
That's very okay what you're saying.
Yes.
Now, this is where we are talking about the love of God.
Yes.
I know somebody may be thinking I'm sounding too religious, but this is the truth. We can never have a better world. The reason why the world is the way it is. You know, I want to tear the person. I will show that person something before I realize. And I allow my anger and my bitterness. I have taken a knife, 17 stabs. I have killed the children.
Yes.
And then I think I'm justified because my husband or my wife cheated on me. Can you just imagine? Can you just imagine what the person has just done? Now, this is why we are saying, you as a person, especially if you're a believer, because it is possible for a believer. A non-believer, it is not possible. Some of the things I'm saying here, for a non-believer, it cannot happen. They cannot handle. They don't have the capacity. They are not changed. They are not new creation. They don't have the Spirit of God. They don't have self-control. They don't have patience. You know, they cannot even hear from God. They are just acting humanly. You see? So for a non-believer, it will be very difficult. I don't know how they can act. And you cannot truly give a way out for truly somebody who is not in the Lord. But for a believer, it is possible. Remember, we are taught to be like our Christ, our God.
Yes.
Is that not so?
Yes, it's true.
Yeah. When we were yet sinners, what did he do for us?
Died
for us. Can you just imagine?
Bishop, sijui tufanye vipi?
Manake time imeisha.
Naona time vile imeelekea it's calling for another meeting.
Yes. Maybe in a nutshell, if you allow me, because I've talked of speak the truth in love.
Yes.
Choose the way of peace. Always. No matter what has happened, I choose peace. Which is the way of peace? It is wisdom to choose the way of peace. The Bible talks about the wisdom from God, the wisdom of God. James chapter 3, verse 17 and 18 talks about the love of God. Number one, it is what? It is peaceable. I mean, the wisdom. The wisdom of God is peaceable. No matter what. I seek the way of peace.
Yes.
The way of peace. No matter what, the way of peace. And peace does not always mean being agreeable. You know?
Yes.
Sometimes some people, they have come to a place they are no longer compatible, they cannot go together. But no matter where you have reached, always seek the way of peace. Can you just imagine, mature people can even say, okay, we cannot go together. But as much as we are parting ways, we part in peace. I will not kill you. I will not kill our children. I will not burn your house. I will not organize for thieves to kill you. But we cannot go together.
There is that incident where the man went with a bulldozer
to the spouse's house.
Wow, Sally.
Bishop, is living a solution?
Living a
like,
marriage because of
niko na evidence.
Yes, uko na
This
evidence.
man was cheating.
Yeah.
Na nimempata nayo
You
na
know, we have not arrived there.
Hatujafika.
No, tumeruhusiwa tumalizie. Tumeruhusiwa tumalizie kwa dakika moja tu tukimalizia. Maybe you can answer that because kuna moja hapa anauliza kwa haraka. What if both of the spouses are not saved? Na moja ajue that one is cheating na ako na evidence.
Yeah.
Kuna mwingine pale kwa anasema like the man alihama kwa bedroom na akaenda kwa bedroom ya watoto and
Man,
for like the man
that is very responsible. He's a head.
na akaenda kwa then she knows that he's going out. So in that situation like you know obviously this thing is happening. What do I do in that?
Paka kahama kwa nyumba hii. Akamwachia ndio akitoka kule anakuja na pumzika kwa hii. Kama mwingine aliniambia kwamba wife anakuja akiwa amechoka sana.
Alikuwa anatengeneza computer.
Anakuja akiwa amepigika. Now I think number one, we must say that people that are born again and truly changed, they have a higher chance of resolving their matter more amicably. People that are not, they are likely to use secular ways, which are limited. Of course, that is the best they have.
Yes.
We talk about giving discussion. Discussion is important. But what kind of discussion are you going to have? Whatever the case, whether they are born again or not, discussion is important. That communication is important. Then in their communication, like I want now to confront my wife.
Yes.
Finally, I know she has been going out. How do I approach? What kind of communication? This is where we have talked about the way of peace. Number one, by all means, the way of peace. Number two, solution. You know, we are solution focused. That I am confronting my spouse. The end result should be solution. That is the way of God, and that is better. I always say that healing a marriage is much better than destroying a marriage. It is more costly. It requires more to destroy a marriage than to heal a marriage, no matter where it has come.
Thank you very much. Maitima anasema he who has ears let him hear what the Spirit says.
Wow.
It is quite expensive to learn from experience. Tumalizie hapo kwa leo mpenzi msikilizaji. Maybe tutaweza kuendelea Jumamosi ijayo Mulana akiridhia na muda ukitupatia nafasi. Kwa sasa hivi kwa sababu ya muda itabidi tuweze kumalizia hapo. Thank you so much. Lakini mimi na Anko tunarudi tuweze kumalizana ile story baadaye. Acha turuhusu mgeni aende.
I think mtaendesha hiyo the next point. We are talking of discussion with love, peace, solution focused. Then we talk about forgiveness. We talk about forgiveness. And forgiveness is a process. Forgiveness is not something you say, okay, now I forgive you. You know, it's a process.
It's a process.
And maybe next time we'll be able to talk about it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Bishop, for coming. Mpenzi msikilizaji, tunarudi baada ya muda sio mrefu kwa sababu ya muda. Acha tumalizie hapo kwa sasa. Watu wetu wa Facebook walikuwa wanafuatilia Facebook Live, thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate and thank God for each and every one of you. We'll be right back after the break. Don't go too far.